Good afternoon. Hello. It's not the 4 p.m. movement snack. It is the 1st of November, progress checks and review of new moves. If you have one of these and if you have been logging your progress, checking your progress since January, this might be for you. So there is no major preamble. I'm just going to launch straight into it. Essentially, I'm recording this to put up onto our YouTube channel. So if you have one of these and you've been doing these, you can either watch it in your own time, or maybe you're just progress checking without us, which actually would be great. That means you're progress checking all on your own. But we do love having you. All right, Chris. All right, Sandra. All right, Maddie. And actually, Marianne's in as well. Oh my goodness, Marianne, did I pop up on your feed, or did you did you mean for me to arrive? Anyway, let's get straight on with this, folks. So you will need a bit of a stopwatch. I will give you. It's a surprise, Maddie. It's first. Marianne, I have to say, where are you? Tell us where you are, please. I want to say Singapore, or has that changed? Right, ready for this. I will give you a 10-second timer, but you know, best to have your own, and you might just want to have a watch and a look. It might be that this is your first progress check with us. We are indeed joined by Singapore today. Oh my goodness, welcome Singapore. Right, you've got me all excited, Marianne. I just need to keep going. What will happen, folks? I'm going to do this progress check. I'm going to log out of this so that video can be logged onto YouTube channel, and then I'll be coming straight back on again for the 4 p.m. stretch and sway today. Okay, so here we go. We're going to get going with circulation boosting to begin with for a couple of minutes, then the progress checks, and then we'll review November's movement sequence this month. Ready? Here we go. So boost to go then. She says, checking her camera, checking her calendar, not camera, which is on the very first page of the 2021 calendar. Let's go. So a bit of sound boost, and then we'll get going with the progress check. So you know the score if you've been with us before. Check your RER is clear. Have some external support close to hand. I've got a fixed firm surface here. I've also got another one here. I'm surrounded by wood today. So plus seated alternative if you wish. So I've got a bench here about knee height. So you may prefer to be in seated for your circ boost. You choose sit or stand. Let's get going. Active sit position. You might want to have a hip walk forward if you have intention to involve the legs. In stand, get your weight even across both feet, and then start the steady march. From seated here, it's going to start from upper body down, bit on one side, bit on the other, slight bend at the elbow, that's significant, gives you more control of those arm movements. And remember, this is steady, your pace, doable, comfortable, keeping it within a range of motion that's doable for you. If you're in seated and looking to involve the legs, start with the ankles first, ankles, feet and toes, and then go for the light lift. So there's a whole combination, sequence of movements that might be right for you. So it might be arms and legs together, it might be upper body only, might be lower body only, hands on the chair for support if you need, or on a nearby table. Keep active in the middle, keep it steady, that's your seated prompts. If you're in stand, external support, using that in a position that's right for you, about hip height is all right. We're going to be doing some standing progress checks today. If they're for you, just really make sure you get your ankles, feet and toes involved now also. I've got my noisy trousers on again, sorry folks. Bringing in upper body, and you may want the support in front of you so you can switch between the two. You may be confident, and it might be right for you just to do arms and legs all at the same time without external support. The primary aim of this circ boost over and above the fact it gets your key moving parts moving, can you feel that effect of lightly lifting the heart rates where you feel the need to take some deeper breaths? That's really what we want from the Circ Boost. And if you're going to embark on some more physical activity than you ordinarily do, or if you're going to do some movements from the movement snacks, a bit of Circ Boost is always advised to do first. So I'm going to move on now after the Circ Boost to our series of progress checks. I'm going to work through these one by one, and you'll need your own pen, pencil, scribe to log your progress. So pick the month that you're going to log against and pick your number. We're going to start with the shoulder mobility. So this is a movement we do in the 4 p.m. movement snacks every day, working to improve our ability to get hands to back of head for everyday activities, wash, dress, lift up to higher levels. So come down to a seated position for this. You can do it in stand if you prefer. We're just looking to remove that balance challenge and focus primarily on the range of motion here at the shoulder. Into active sit, make sure you're not in slump. I say make sure, into a comfortable upright position for you. Just before you do these, maybe just take a couple of extra shoulder rolls just to get the shoulders ready. There are 4 descriptors in the calendar here. Take your right hand first or left, it really doesn't matter. And then you're looking to see how comfortably you can move the hand either to the side of the head here, to the ear, to the top of the head, or to the back of the neck, or further down. So where are you comfortably able to get your fingertips? Do a rehearsal on each side just to make sure that you've made the most of the supporting parts and the head stays still on this, folks. And then when you're ready for your best progress check effort, into that position, working through. The biggest range of motion will be the fingertips just to the top of the shoulder blade, between the shoulder blades there, or the base of the neck, or the side of the head. So have a feel with one side, and then exactly the same on the other, and then have a look at the descriptors to see, could you touch your ear, could you touch the back of your head, base of the neck, or to shoulder blade. So which descriptor best matches your position? That's your shoulders, done. Next one is back of thigh, and this is a movement, a position that we rehearse every 4 p.m. movement snack when we do our back of thigh stretch positions. Again, there's 4 descriptors on here, folks. Definitely need to be seated for this one. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. I'm going to make the most of my stand to sit also. Hoping you can see my legs. One leg at a time, into the outstretched position. Can you see my foot? Oh, there you go. And remember the key points here. Active sit, make sure that you're not rolled back into a slump position. So shift the hips forward. The knee is slightly soft and the foot is fairly relaxed, i.e. it's not rigid. From here, either keep one hand on the leg for support here, or take the 2 hands if you're comfortable. And we're just easing fingertips to knee, past knee, shin, ankle or toe or beyond. Slowly in, slowly out. Again, maybe do a rehearsal, just check in with your own active sit positions, feel your way through that movement, just so you've got all those key points in your mind, and then go for your best progress check. How far are you comfortably able to get your fingertips? Slowly in, slowly out. So we're just moving to your bestest range of motion. And your descriptors on here, can you get to your knee, the top of your shin, to the mid shin? Can you reach your toes or beyond? And then there you go, you need to mark left and right. And you may well have a difference between left and right. We all have stronger, more flexible sides, shall we say. Okie dokes, folks, that's your mobility progress checks for shoulders and hips. Now we've got a balance progress check, which is this one here. The key thing is here, we're aiming to see how you feel on your feet, with the feet in 4 different positions. Relative to life, because in daily life, if you're on your feet are going to be in a whole range of different positions depending on the tasks you're doing. So here we're looking at you feeling how steady and confident you are in 4 positions. We're going to set up a position of the feet and then aim for a 10-second count. Something's beeping. Oh, a 10-second count. If you achieve the 10 seconds, move on to the next position. If you don't, that's the end of your progress check. So the first position is feet side by side. So hands on the side here, have a glance down, feet side by side, standing up, active through the centre, and then from here, fingertips are off the support, and that's when the 10-second count starts. At any point, return legs back to wider base to re-establish your balance. So the first position is, let me show you again, feet side by side, as close to the external support as you feel you need to be, or it might be in front of you. Where do you want it to be? Usually to the side is the best for this one. And then when you're ready, fingertips away from that support, 10-second count in your head, and then step out to stable base. If you achieve the 10 seconds, move on to the more difficult foot position. If you are under 10 seconds, that's the end of your progress check, and that's the foot position that you're going to continue to work on over time. The second foot position, can you see? So if you've achieved 10 in this position, with my outside leg, I'm going to take a bit of a step forward. If I turn sideways for this one, you can see better here. I'm just taking a half step forward here. Weight is even across both feet, and then again, upright postures, and when you're ready, fingertips away, go for the 10-second count, adjust the feet at any time, or use the hand on the external support to re-establish your balance. So as many extra steps as you need, use them. This is retraining your balance reactions. And you'll need to do this one twice. One with the right foot slightly forward, and then repeat it again with the left leg slightly forward. Key points here, folks, when you've taken that forward step, weight is even across both feet. Feel really evenly weight distributed when you take your 10 seconds or up to 10 seconds. If you achieve 10 seconds comfortably there without use of external support, move on to the third position. The third position is where the feet are in a tandem position. Again, support probably best to the side of you here. Outside leg is going to take that forward step. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see that better. Leave a bit of a gap between the heel and the toe. Weight across both feet. The knees are a bit bent here, a little bit soft. Then go for the 10-second count. Fingertips away. Re-establish your base as and when you need. If you achieve your 10 seconds there, if you're comfortable to stand for 10 seconds in that position, and it's okay to feel a wobble. If you're wobbling but maintaining that position, that's great. That's what we're after. We need to wobble a bit to improve that balance. If you need to step out before 10 seconds, write down your number, end of progress check. And you know that's the foot placement, that's the position you're looking to improve over time. If you did achieve your 10 seconds, the fourth and final foot position is the single leg stand. Goes without saying that these 4 positions increase in difficulty because the feet are becoming closer and closer together. So your base of support is becoming narrower. So if you'd like to go for the single leg, if you achieved 10 seconds on the previous one, the The leg nearest the support is the standing leg, folks. Outside leg is the one that's going to lift off the floor. And we go for a kind of preparatory position to begin with. So a bit of a toe back behind and then lift it off there. Can you see the angle there? So getting in position and then pick off the toe. The knee's a bit bent here for stability, lifting through the hip, and then when you're ready, fingertips off, go for the 10-second wobble balance, get the foot down when you need. So go for the 10-second count. Once on the left leg, foot down when you need. To do the other leg, change the outside position here. This is so that you've always got plenty of room to get that leg down. Just to be clear, folks, getting that foot out, using these feet to react to these balance challenges is everything about balance challenge and looking to improve balance. So if it feels really wobbly and you're trying to stay up there, but you are, that's great. That's what we're after. If you can do this without concern, this challenge probably isn't challenging enough for you. That's your 4-point balance progress checks. How did you get on? Write down your left leg and your right leg counts in your allotted space. And you might want to just rehearse these anyway on a daily basis. We're looking to improve balance over time, so we need that repetition. The fourth progress check and final is not about balance, it's more about strength. We do this one a lot also in the movement snacks, and it's the chair rise progress check. And I'm going to give you a 30-second count for this. So you need a chair of about knee height. I'm bench here, I'm in a different location today, so I'm not in my usual chair position. So this is starting in a sit position, but there's various options for this sit to stand. So it may be that you don't feel quite ready to do the full sit to stand. That's okay, we can go for the jockey lifts instead. So heels back and down, so just go for that. Go for the lift off, but not the full stand up. It all still counts. Whatever your start point is, that's the start point that we look to progress from. So the options are jockey lift, or just buttock hover, or pushing up to the full sit to stand with or without a bit of fingertip support from an external piece of furniture. And the aim here is to see how many times you can stand and sit in 30 seconds. This should still be controlled. You're going to feel a bit of a huff and puff here as well, probably. It's not to do as many as you possibly can and lose technique. So keep that technique, keep the steadiness at the top end, down and up again. So it should feel comfortable and that you're achieving full ranges of motion for you. So if you'd like to do that as a count now, I'll give you 30 seconds. If not, do it in your own time. We're going to go 3, 2, 1, off you go. 30-second counts now. So counting how many times you're standing up and sitting down. Keep the heels into the floor each time. You might be on a jockey lift instead. Again, keep those heels down. 10 seconds to go, folks. Rest if you need to. Keep going if you can. Here's the last 3, 2, 1, time. End of 30 seconds. How was that for you? So there you go. That's your number. Write down in your number in the November slot on the progress check calendar. How did you do? You may have opted for harder variations from previous months. So if you did have that split stand one in there, that one is the best one to repeat, so that each time you do a progress check, it's the same as the check position before. That, folks, is the end of your progress check. So I just want to recap you on November's move. Slightly different for November in the active calendar. Rather than one move, we've gone for a sequence of 5. So the aim is, throughout November, on a daily basis, or pick a time frame for you every other day. It might be once or twice a day. There's 5 moves for you to do collectively together. So we're starting to build more than one movement as something that you're regularly doing throughout the day. The first one for November is circulation boost. We've already done that. The second one is shoulder rolls. We've already done a few of those as well, and they're in the month of January in the calendar here. So we're going to do these in a moment in the 4 p.m. in sit or stand. It's the lift and the open and the down. Just generally a really beneficial one to crowbar in throughout your day if you've been flexed for long periods. The second one, the third one is the wall press or the wrist strengthener. I haven't got my tea towel today, I've got a glove instead. Anything that's squeezable and comfortable. Again, crowbarring throughout the day, we're looking to get extra squeeze through the wrist, through the grips here, looking to get more activity from your reliable grips. Keeping the fingers stacked, staying close about belly button height. The wrists stay firm here, they just cross over in the middle there. Can you see that? So there, relax, release, squeeze, and then just bring the wrists together. So the wrists are firm, we just squeeze around to that position there. Squeeze and turn. If you want to add extra, you can then try to pull away. So that adds extra muscle activity through the wrists. Anything that's strengthy or squeezy, take the time to relax after each one, have a switch off, extend the fingers, excuse me, in between. It's not all about the squeeze, you need the release as well. Wrist strengthener or the wall press. Needing a fixed firm support here. This one goes without saying, is our pressing activities. Again, it's another one for the wrists, and relation to life is pushing south, manoeuvring in bed, pushing off the floor, getting out of the bath, that kind of stuff. Palms flat, body stays plank-like, heels stay down. You might want to start to make it a bit easier with a foot forward so that you can control there, and then you can bring the feet back together over time. That one more comfortable is about chest height. So when you see a wall, a fixed surface, why not just crowbar in a few of those wall presses? The fourth one from November is knee bends in 4 positions. I remind you of that here. So we've got external support close to hand, that might be in front, knee bend, lead with the buttocks, heels stay down into the floor, there. So that's the movement, but we then rehearse that in 4 different positions of the feet. This one is detailed in July of the calendar. So we have feet side by side, feet slightly wider, and then feet on a split stance, and then feet together. So again, it's rehearsing, and you could kind of add your own rhythm to that. Rehearsing that functional knee bend, needed basically in any task in daily life that's going to require us to reach and grab somewhere. And then the 5th movement from November sequence is the chest stretch position. We're going to do that now in the 4 p.m. In seated, it's exactly the same. Goes hand in hand really with the shoulder rolls, with the pressing movement activity that we've just done, and then finishing with that chest stretch position at the end. So that, folks, is your November moves. I'm going to press the end on here now. We'll get that uploaded to YouTube. And in about 3 minutes, I will reappear to do today's 4 p.m. stretch and sway. So if you'd like the regular 4 p.m. movement snack, stay here, stay tuned, folks. There won't be a wardrobe change or a backdrop change. But I'll see you back here in a few minutes for the 4 p.m. See you at 4 p.m, Miss P. Carolyn, are you coming back in at 4? Doris, are you coming back in at 4? See you back here. Bye for now.